Let's talk about a team that's back. Welcome back, San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, Jacksonville had to be on the receiving end of it, and that's a damn shame because we love Duval.
Oh, yeah.
I love everything they got cooking down there. I like that they have pools in the stadium. I like Doug Peterson wears the visor, comes on the show. He's got a big brain.
The man.
I heard a theory that the reason why people wear visors is because they got such a big brain. I love that thought because if you start thinking about the visor people, not bad offensive football gurus. Doug Peterson has done a fantastic job since he's gotten down to Jacksonville. Now, they just so happen to run into a Niners team that had to play at 10 a.m. local. Okay, that's not fair for these West Coast teams. And also Brock Purdy bouncing back. Now that play, Kyle Shanahan came out and said, yeah, that was the worst play maybe he's ever had. Thrown back across his body into double coverage, and Ayuk made him right. He said, I love the touchdown, hate everything else about the entire play, but sometimes there's just things that are going to go your way. Now, the big thing that I saw is they talk about the first two people off the bus. They actually have this in San Francisco where it's the first two people onto the field. And every single week, it's Trent Williams and a man named Debo, okay? Trent Williams, if you don't know, massive, faster than you are, can jump higher than you are, and he's an absolute dog, will take your actual head off. The other guy's name is Debo. That's his actual name. Those two lead them out of the tunnel with a speaker every single week. They were gone. People are like, why did they lose? Somebody... The two dudes that are not only leading you off the bus, but leading you onto the field, setting the tone, okay, letting the entire stadium know this is what we're about. And also, if you're on that team and you see Trent Williams in the front doing that, it's like, okay, yeah, I feel like we're okay. I feel like we are in a good spot. Those two coming back, I think, is massive. Trent Williams told a story about number 31, shout out to a DB, on Debo's rushing touchdown, literally turning and running away from him. That's what he does whenever he's on a football field. Massive piece of information for them. I think the Niners are all the way back, and we need to act accordingly. I don't think those 3 games are even going to be talked about in about 4 or 5 weeks whenever we watch this Niners team continue to do what they were doing at the beginning of the year and adding Chase Young to the mix. I loved what I saw from the San Francisco 49ers yesterday, D-Bud.
Yeah, had a 3-game slot, so obviously people were panicking. And, at some point in the season, in the year, Brock is going to have to play without the full, arsenal. But, I mean, like you said, tone setters. Trent Williams, best left tackle in the game. Going to be in a discussion for the best to ever do it at that position. Like you said, no man that big should be able to move like he did. And that was a great business decision by Darius Williams, by the way. Extend that play out, draw it out, die slow, save the touchdown, line it up again. But, yeah, him, obviously Debo been involved as well. But Brock Purdy, the last couple games, he's been playing well outside of turning the ball over. C-Mac coming into this game, he needed more touches. I think he got over 20 touches this game. So the recipe was there. And then you saw Chase Young, who was up front too. You put him on the other side of Bosa if he continues to play look at these two dudes.
They met at quarterback. Shout out to Ohio State doing it.
Yeah, that's going to help the defense get back on track too.
And they were sitting right next to each other on the bench. I assume they were very, very tight in college. Very talented group. And Chase has a different feel. Now, he's not expected to be the pillar of a defense. He's just like, hey, just come in and add something. He did with a half sack and some other stats, I believe. Now, you talk about McCaffrey getting over 20 touches. 16 rushes, 95 yards, 6 receptions, 47 yards. No touchdown, though. This is what he had to say about the touchdown. We don't have it. Anyways, he said, I suck. Everybody else on our team scored a touchdown but me. 17 straight games he had a touchdown. Couldn't make it to 18, though. Tied.
Lenny Moore, former Colts, great.
With 17 straight weeks. This is the first time since long time ago this happened. They tried to get him the ball 4 straight times in the red zone at the end of the game. All the backups are on the field. Backup quarterback, backup offensive line, backup everybody else. Starters still in on Jacksonville. I do love that they were attempting to get it to him, and everybody in the stadium knew what it was, and Jacksonville said, Little moral victory at the end of that game, but overall, this Niners team's all the way back, dude.
Yeah, everyone scored. Ayuk scored, Kittle scored, Juszczyk scored, and then...
That's not his name.
Kyle Juszczyk?
You said juice check.
Juice check.
As if you were like checking his juice. Like, what's the juice check?
Yeah.
Pretty hot. Trent Williams is back.
Well, maybe he should change to that because that's how I say it.
Yeah, you're right. It might be that, actually. I've never really... Have we ever asked him?
He calls juice check.
Yeah, but he goes by juice. Maybe it is juice check.
Could be. The juice man.
Use check?
People do cup checks.
Yeah.
With a Y?
Oil checks.
Yeah.
This could be a juice check.
I like it. Why
I like it a lot. Good call, Tone, actually.